So next up is the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn. I love you, Capricorns. Okay, so I'm a Capricorn too, as you guys will know. And I got stuff to talk about. I got stuff to say here, people. Okay, first of all, I did not do all my things like I'm supposed to. So give me a second while I do that. 1 second, just putting down my numbers. That's all. Just want to make sure. So when I'm talking, I know what I'm talking about, not just spouting craziness. Okay, there we go. I think that was the 16th. Yeah, there we go. And also, yeah, we got that full moon over there. Oh, wait, wrong spot. Here we go, full moon here. All right. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I've got the time. Okay. Okay, you guys. I really am a stickler for numbers sometimes because I don't like saying things and then don't have the numbers and it throws things off. Okay, so Capricorns, you're someone I really wanted to talk to because we have had a lot of things occurring, Capricorns, a lot of things. It's a big, major year for Capricorns, probably the biggest year for Capricorns or biggest couple of years that we'll have for the next 28 years. Saturn went into Capricorn in December of 2017, almost 2018. And the funny thing is, I can say for a certainty, things have never been quite the same since then. So there's been a big change, a big shift, a lot of growing, a lot of growing. And I could say that I believe in my heart that a lot of Capricorns are not the same as they were back in 2017. We're never going to return to that sense of innocence that we had back then. We're just not. And I think that's what Saturn does. It makes you wise. It grows you up. And it can be devastating. It can even hurt. I don't know how many tears you cried, Cap. I know I did, but I know I'm wiser. I know I'm stronger, and I know I'm now mature. And with Pluto there, and now we've got Jupiter in Capricorn, I think it's only going to improve. It's only going to go upward. The sun has been in Capricorn most of, it will be there until the 20th. So there's a lot of growth that we can make in the month of January and a lot of strides that we can make, especially after this new moon that we just had. Now, there is going to be a full moon lunar eclipse on the 10th of January. That's in our seventh house in Cancer. So, yeah, it's a full moon. It's possible that there are people who don't like us. It's possible. I've accepted it a long time ago. And there's not much you can do about that. I mean, Mars is going into Sagittarius today, the day it went in. And that means that Mars is in the 12th house. That means it's in the house of hidden enemies. It could be our own hidden ways that we screw ourselves up. It could be that, but a lot of times it's indicator of hidden enemies. And with Mars there, well, the potential for that to be great is there. So be aware that we are facing this. And then I think around the 10th, it might really get ugly. I mean, we might actually see some actual people who don't like us. And they let everyone know. I mean, I see that. I mean, my goodness. Now, here's a funny thing. On the 10th, Uranus goes direct in Taurus, but it goes direct in our fifth house. So if our love life was stable, it might start to go unstable as of the 10th of January. Another thing is that I do believe that after the 13th, when Venus goes into Pisces, that our ability to communicate in a more calming, relaxing, soothing way is going to be really evident. And, I actually plan to do lots of recordings between the 13th and when it leaves, because That's a beautiful thing if we can get that across. Now, as of the 20th, I'll say as of the 16th, that's when Mercury goes into Aquarius. But we're going to have a stellium of planets move into the second house of money, Capricorn. So as of, when Mercury goes into Aquarius in the second house of money, that's when it's really going to be on and popping. That's your mind on your money on your mind, right? Mercury in the second house, the sun's going to be in the second house, and that new moon in Aquarius is going to be in the second house. I think if we're not making the money, we're going to be thinking about how we're going to make the money. And this is the time to do that, Kat. This is our time to think about making the money. Also, I want you guys to be aware. I don't know if you know this, but Saturn is going to be moving into the sign of Aquarius. When it does in March, I mean, you guys need to prepare for having Saturn in the second house of money. Money, either we're going to be working hard and we'll learn how to amass money, or money is going to be so incredibly difficult. So I would start stashing away money in any way you can. Okay. Just my insider's tip. I'll be back in a few weeks, Caps, just to talk a little bit more about where the planets are in the night sky. Sending out much love and light and many blessings to all the Capricorns out there. Okay. Blessings to you. So let's see. We are getting closer now. We are now dealing